As you travel in time or in history, you know, a lot of people spend a lot of time in their cars, like me as a salesperson or a radio announcer, and other people as well. What type of people do you see? I know we talked about that briefly yesterday, that come through your door. Many people from many walks of life, right?
Yeah, it's a wide age range. It's a wide activity range. People that are sometimes very active, very sedentary, manual labor jobs, as well as you know, the business people and the CEOs that you know, sit all day and travel, and you know, everybody has a lot of stress on their back, no matter what positions or, you know, occupations that they have.
So I know you've been involved like with different sports and martial arts, and you see a lot of people who have sports injuries. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the people you've been working with in that arena?
Sure. Yeah, I see a lot of runners actually. I have a high school right down the street from me that has a highly reputable running program, and we see a ton of runners. I see a lot of dancers in and around my neighborhood. These people are, you know, typically adolescents, female more than male, who are just really, you know, beating up their bodies with the level and the amount of training and the volume of training that they're undergoing. So they always need a little bit of care.
And if you're just joining us, it's Teddy Smith with Mr. Bob O'Brien. He'll be calling in momentarily. Mr. Rick Rakowski, who has the Optimum Performance Physical Therapy and exclusive physiotherapy. I hope I got that right, from
Absolutely.
Warwick and New York City. And you have some back pain, you know, and there's some solutions for a healthy spine. Why don't you give us one tip about a healthy spine?
One tip is to not only, when you lift, bend with your knees, but you have to bend with your hips. If you put a cane or a stick on your back and you bend down like you're going to pick something up, that stick or cane has to stay flat on your back. If you bend your spine at all, it'll actually come off your back a little bit. Most people think just the knee bending is correct, but it actually takes a little bit more technique than that.
How do you like this picking up a telephone while you're on the air? Studio. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're here. It wouldn't be the same without you. You know that. We'll put you in about 30 seconds. Don't go away, Mr. Bob. It's great to have a live radio show where you can actually pick up a telephone while you're on the air. Hold on one second. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Mr. Dominic Nolfi, who was in the original cast of Jersey Boys, and it's a pleasure, and I want to thank Pamela Singer for having you here tonight. It's a great treat. We're going to be, maybe you'll be singing during this hour, which will be a lot of fun. Hey. So you were an original cast. What, I mean, I don't probably have to ask you about what it's like being part of the Jersey Boys, because I'm sure everyone else has. Anything you'd like to tell us that I haven't said just now in the last 10 seconds?
Well, I mean, I think the name speaks for itself. Being there in the beginning and watching it kind of blow up into this sort of worldwide kind of phenomenon has been a really incredible experience in my life. Yeah, very thankful for it.
And tell us about some of the people that you've been involved with in the production, or the people that are actually performing tonight, who maybe could be involved with coming down to the radio station and singing live on the air, or singing pre-taped on the air and then broadcasting it live, whichever way you guys like to do it, to do the doo-wop project.
Absolutely. A crew of us from Jersey Boys have put together this doo-wop project. It's made up of former cast members and current cast members, and we're just basically paying homage to the music that came before the Four Seasons, you know, and it's been a really great experience so far.
You ever meet Frankie Valli?
Absolutely. Yeah, Frankie Valli and Bob Gaudio were very much a part, and I played Tommy DeVito, so I have actually an even better relationship with Tommy DeVito.
I was going to say, there is some sort of little resemblance there. What do you think, John? Think so?
A lot of resemblance.
A lot, right? Andrew will be talking to Andrew Martin in a couple of moments. Anything you'd like to tell us about Feinstein's? There's a big event coming up. You're doing a gig, I believe, on April, when?
April 15th, 8:30. Come down to Feinstein's. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to do 6 or 7 doo-wop tunes, and we're going to be talking a little bit about Jersey Boys and how we formed the group and how we're taking off.
That's good. I hope I'm there for that, John. I know at least you'll be there. A couple other people in the studio will be there as well. Could you tell us, Dominic, about the doo-wop project, how it all evolved, how it got started, and how you became involved in that project?
Well, when you're in a Broadway show, you do it 8 times a week, so you're constantly around the same people. You're actually with those people more than you're with your family. You know what I'm saying? So we got to talking, and we were thinking, this is, you know, we love this kind of music. We enjoy singing this music, and we want to take it, you know, into New Jersey and into Manhattan and show people what we can do.
And where did it started in Manhattan? Or actually
yeah, we did. We started doing gigs in Manhattan first, definitely, yeah.
And tell us who's in the group, the doo-wop project.
Well, myself, Dominic Nolfi, Jared Spector, who currently plays Frankie Valli, and then we have Dominic Scaglione Jr. There's 2 Doms, because 2 Doms always make it right. That's what we say. Dominic plays Frankie Valli. He's the matinee Frankie. And then we have a very talented singer, John Edwards. He's also in the cast. He plays Hal Miller.
Terrific.
Yeah, and we have a bass too. Dwayne Cooper.
Well, it'd be nice to have, you come down here, as I said, and sing live in the studio, which I hope you'll do in a little while.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Feinstein's, the event on April 15th?
Feinstein's. It's a classy place. Come have a couple of drinks and hear some doo-wop. It's a good time.
Okay, and
April 15th.
April 15th is the night, 8:30 p.m., and you'll have will all of the, besides yourself, who else will be singing on the mic?
All of us, all the guys
Oh,
that I
all
just
of you.
named, will all be there because we are the Doo-Wop Project.
Well, that's great. And you performed all over the country in times or all over?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. And with Jersey Boys, I was always just in the Broadway company, which is the flagship company and sort of, where you want to be. But yeah, we were actually planning to go on the road, the Doo-Wop Project, this time next year.
Were you always interested in acting before singing, or singing
Yeah.
before acting, or all at the same time?
All at the same time. My mother's a choreographer. My grandfather, Adrian Nolfi, used to sing on 52nd Street in the 30s. So I kind of come from a musical family.
That's terrific. Well, you have a gentleman who can work on your spine tonight. Maybe he'll join in and
I'm
sing
going to bring
too.
the whole cast
Well,
out.
in the meantime, we got Mr. Bob O'Brien here. Bob, how are you?
Johnny, we're live from the Ocean County Mall. 2 comments.
Jersey Boys signs all over the turnpike, all over the state. Congratulations. And I have a question for our good friend Steve
Headphones?
here is with me at the Ocean County Mall.
Oh.
Has a question on spines for our guest, and he wants to know,
Headphones
getting
on?
up and down, he
Hear him?
sits in his seat for 20 minutes, gets up, and
What can he do about the pain, severe leg pain that he is getting when he gets up?
Well, the severe leg pain is usually indicative of some kind of herniated disc, potentially in the lower back. So oftentimes you do have to get up as often as you can and change positions, because sitting and bending puts tremendous amount of disc pressure on your back. Even just the lifting a 40-pound weight can put up to 200 or 300 pounds per square inch on a disc. And so you have to appreciate, that kind of loads on your spine. But if you get up and you walk as often as you can, sometimes just lying on your stomach at home at night to offset all the bending and sitting we do with a hot pack or a cold pack can actually be very beneficial. But the most important thing is just avoid activities that increase that leg pain and try to do things that decrease it, like lying in certain positions, putting your hands on your hips, stretching and arching backwards a little bit, and everything you can do to lessen that pain so it centralizes back up to your spine. That's the principle.
What do you think of that, Bob? You're going to make an appointment with Rick? Yes. He will be a doctor soon, though, right, Rick?
Absolutely. Finishing this year, yes.
Good. Bob?
I will be coming there, and I also want to make mention of the Doo-Wop Project. Great project heading to rally for keeping the music the way it's going and keeping the music alive.
So, as I said, we're going to have the Doo-Wop Project hopefully back in here on Friday the 13th and some other times as well, and of course also on the All Request Show as well. But Friday the 13th is a very, very important day for us because it's a reunion party. And we're going to have some rock and roll celebrities in here and Mr. Bob O'Brien and some other wonderful people. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that moment?
And it'll be our 8th reunion. Vito Falcone's going to be down here. We're going to have Larry, Chan, Teddy Smith, yours truly. It's going to be our teaming pilot. So hope everybody can come down and join us. Give us a call at 212-219-9695. As you know, Teddy, Monday to Friday. Always on the All Request Show across the all studio we have. We'll be playing the 45, 78, 33s. Keep the doo-wop music and the music alive. And I know Jim Petraka is working on Don K. Reed and all our great guests. It's going to be a show of shows, ladies and gentlemen. Thousands of people will be coming down there, and we're going to have fun, Debbie.
There's going to be a lot of very interesting rock celebrities as well. We'll be announcing that momentarily. But in the meantime, Pamela Singer writes for the Jersey Boys blog. I love the blog, Pam, and I'm glad you're here tonight. Anything you'd like to tell us about your relation? I should take that back. Your interest in the Doo-Wop Project and about the Jersey Boys blog. Yeah, just try to
Well,
step up to the
Teddy,
mic.
first of all, I want to say double shame on you because I already told you 3 times that you haven't seen Jersey Boys, so I don't know. Yeah, and every time I'm here, you tell me you're going to see the show before I come back again.
I did.
So.
I saw it.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I had such a great time. I never had such a great time that I'm going to see at least a second and third time as well now. And maybe all 3 of you or all 5 of you could all go to the next show as well, and then you can review the show after that if you will.
Sounds great. I'm very impressed that you saw it.
Well, so eventually that happened.
And how great was it?
It's like one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, if you get Frankie, on that note, Bob, now they should bring Frankie Valli down here on the 13th, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He's on our Facebook, he's all over our Facebook, and we love to see him because we play his music all the time, and I know he appreciates that.
Yeah, Frankie Valli and Jim Petrek. I mean, he's all part of the Jersey Boys and the 4 seasons that we've had 4 season specials. If you go to YouTube, Teddy Smith with Bob O'Brien on WPAT Radio, check it out. On YouTube, we got all the 4 seasons. We're talking about, we have 4 season shows. We want to keep the Jersey Boys and the 4 seasons alive. So Pam, let's keep it alive. Let's bring it all into town right here. Okay, if you want to bring Howard Stern in the studio, let's do that too. Whatever you want to do, we're happy to do it. Don Imus, Bob O'Brien, whoever you want. Bring them all down here, Andrew. Whatever you want to do, let's have some fun. That's why we're here, to have fun and to educate you. If you have a back problem or a lower spine issue or anything dealing with your hip or your body or
Any
your
ache or
mind or
pains.
your brain or whatever.
Right. Well, I stop from the top of the neck. I don't get,
Oh, okay.
too much going on.
Here we go. So therefore, 212-219-9695, and as Bob would say, he wants to, I'm sure, add a little joy to this conversation, right, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm going to check back with you later. We're live at the Ocean County Mall. Teddy and Dover.
Hey, we love it.